Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Embodied Ascension channel. Today, we are going to talk about um, unity consciousness, individuality, and like the whole picture, right? Like, what is our purpose of ascending into unity consciousness? What does that look like for you? How can you embody that? And also, coming back down to earth and um, really speaking to why our individuality matters. So let's dive right in. In the spiritual space, we are moving into a heart centered society, meaning that all of us are feeling the sensitivity. We are opening our hearts to be able to feel empathy and compassion for everybody. Right. And this is the concept of unity consciousness is we come into this understanding that we are all one. And how can we love and honor everybody as an aspect of ourselves? When we experience certain events or challenges in our life, and it does sometimes, right? Like it does create resistance or it triggers a pain point. And that's for us to look at where did we become separate from the thing that is being brought forth into our awareness. And it is through the trigger that we understand there's something to mend with it, there's something to realign with, so that I can integrate that back into my experience of being this unified field, right? And um, we see this often in relationships. Like relationships are our biggest mirrors to where have we separated from that aspect of ourselves. And we see that in the collective. And when you have maybe like judgment against yourself, or you have a judgment of other people, you realize, oh, that judgment is a reflection of the judgment I have for myself, or the judgment that I hold to some capacity that might not even be mine, that I'm carrying from my ancestors, that I'm carrying from outdated belief systems, or that I've picked up from the collective, right? So as we ascend into this uh, unified consciousness where we are tuned in to the energy of love and compassion for all, um, we do experience more love for ourselves. And I think that's where it starts is healing our hearts so that we can experience love without any protective mechanisms. The the other aspect I wanted to talk about is how do we anchor or embody this unity consciousness in our lives more? When you go into meditation, um, so the mind plays a really big part in creating separation, right? Because the mind operates in fear, and fear is duality. And it creates this separation between you and the things that you're thinking about and wanting to experience. So when you go into meditation, to quiet the brain, you're actually allowing coherence to happen for you, your soul, and your natural soul essence. And the more you sit in that frequency of coherence, you are tapping into the unified field of consciousness. You may also experience um, connecting more deeply with your soul essence through nature, because nature and animals, they are all part of this divine orchestration of one consciousness. So being able to bridge your relationship with nature, bridge your relationship with animals, those all help you tune into a more unified experience. I can already feel that there's some resistance or some questions with um, how do I accept my, how do I accept unity when there are such um, polarizing experiences, right? And like the biggest one that I'm picking up in the field is like what you see in politics and what you see in the wars around the world, and um, a lot of things that are here to kind of feed this old paradigm of fear. How do you navigate unity consciousness when there is such polarity in the collective? And the angels are showing that we must connect to our heart and what it is that our soul is telling us, because we experience this rage, this anger, this sadness that feels very real, but also it gives us insight on the love and compassion we have for humanity and our fellow um like our fellow souls that are traveling this path with us without. And I feel like I don't want to turn this into a gratitude thing for some of the hard and challenging things that are happening out in the world, but really um, experiencing that energy helps propel us into the energy of compassion. It helps propel us into the energy of like love for humanity and others. And so I just want you to redirect all of that energy you feel into the compassion you have for yourself and the compassion that you have for other people who are going through these experiences, because we see it, right? These challenging experiences are here to shine a light on where we have been separate from each other, where society has been separating all of us, and where can we come together in love, unity, and harmony to really support those that are affected. And the more and more of us that do come together, we are creating this new vibration in society. And even from the physical standpoint, if you think about it, if all of us come together and we decide, well, these rules were made by the government, or these rules were made by really large companies that hold a lot of power, but they don't serve the whole, they don't serve the collective. So you as an individual can make a choice to opt out of the system, right? And when more and more of us come together and we see that we're going to opt out of the existing systems, um, and create maybe new systems, right? Some of you are here to be leaders and to help bridge new earth by creating brand new systems that have not yet existed. And it is through your integrity and your values that we will find community and unity and harmony in the whole. So that brings me back to the topic of why your individuality matters too. So when we reach these elevated states of unity consciousness, I feel like we become this essence of nothing and everything all at once. And in this essence of nothing and everything all at once, it's really hard to discern yourself, right? Um, it's really challenging to kind of come back to earth and realize that you have a physical vessel. And just the fact that you have a physical vessel separates you from the whole, separates you from the unity consciousness. And we as souls have our own unique path. So it's important to honor that you hold a special piece of the puzzle. You hold a unique frequency of consciousness. And through your unique expression and the way that you live life, you will impact other people. You will be a mirror for other people to see this other side of consciousness, to experience themselves, right? Because we're all consciousness. So to experience ourselves in somebody else. And that's a very beautiful thing, right? We all have our unique gifts, our unique voice, our unique contribution to the world, um, through our art, through our creations, through what we do, through what we don't do, right? So I do feel that all of us are here for something. All of us are here for a reason. If you weren't meant to be here, if you didn't have a reason for being here, you wouldn't be here in physical form. You would be in spirit world doing whatever your soul is navigating in the spirit world. So, yeah, I honor you for being here. Thank you for allowing me to be a mirror for you. And I look forward to sharing more content with you.